Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode. I'm just going to do a garden tour. Today is Friday, and it was nice today, so I thought it was going to stay nice. But no, if you look up at the clouds, it gave us a 1 day break, and it looks like there's more rain coming. So I worked in the garden today because it looks like Monday's rain, so I won't be able to be in the garden on Monday. So here we go. That is the raspberry that I don't know what's going on. Scott and I are going to actually put down a tarp on the grass and dump it and see what's going on. Maybe it's just too compact or something. I don't know. But there is some growth. So we're going to dump it, check what's going on, put new good soil in it, and then we may have to move. It all depends on what we find out when we dump it. But this one's doing wonderfully. Look at that. This is a summer producing. That one is a spring producing. So you trim it back at the end of summer. But obviously it's not going to produce anything this year. But that one is summer producing, so you cut it back in early spring, and then it has all new growth. Oh, I see a weed. That one's a weed. Gone. You can see it's even started little clusters. So it's going to be producing. So this variety, the spring blooming, is this variety. And then the summer blooming one is this variety. Sorry for all the movement. There you go. Heritage. High yielding. Oh. And then the next one is, of course, we still don't know what's going on. I have to dig it up still. And then here I planted watermelon in the front and cantaloupe in the back. And then this is the 4 o'clock flower. I see another weed. See, this is what I mean. Every time you see a weed, just pull it. Yeah, this one is going to get a lot taller before it starts blooming. Oh, there's another weed. This doesn't look like the rest. Oh, that one, the roots are really in. Oh, there, got it. Roots and all. All right. And then this one, I have no idea what that is. I have this growing. I have this growing. And I have this growing. Oh, and these guys. So if I were to guess, could this one be the right one? But this one does not look like rhubarb. I planted rhubarb in here. If none of these are rhubarb, then I'm going to have to dig it up and check out what's wrong with it. And then because of 3 days of rain, my chamomile kind of collapsed. But it's still going. Look at all those flowers. Yeah, I could make some chamomile tea right now. And then my forget-me-not is doing great. And I planted the mint. This one, all the leaves that came up, none of them were mint. And then this one's peppermint. What I did was I looked at this one. There you go. That's what peppermint looks like. And then if you look at the spearmint, That's what a spearmint looks like. So I gauged my guess between those two, and there was nothing coming up here that even looked close to it. Now here, this is I believe is a calendula. And that one I believe is a calendula. Not sure. Maybe that one. So hopefully those are calendula, and I have something coming up. I don't know if I have any more seeds indoors. I could plant some more seeds. I might go to the greenhouse this weekend and look for calendula plants, because it is an annual and they usually do sell annuals, but I don't know how popular they are. If not, I'll see if I can get a pack of seeds if I don't have any inside. Now this, I have no idea, but whatever it is, there's tons coming up. I pray that this is poppy. I have not Googled poppies yet, but I pray it is, because that would be so cool to have that many poppies. You know, I'll show you the leaves up close. And if you're so inclined, you can Google it maybe for me and let me know in the comments. If not, that's fine, I'll Google it. I just wanted to give you a quick garden tour. And then this is the baby's breath. But I discovered our baby's breath coming back in these two. These are the two containers I had them in last year. And they came back. And I know those are baby's breath because that's what I planted them in last year. So I just compare those leaves to those leaves. And the only thing is the stems look different. Because here, if you look at it, see the stem, the leaves, and then if you look at this one, the leaves are the same. Yeah, I guess it is the same. Yeah, so then this part here is going to get bigger. Yeah, could very well be baby's breath. So if I have all that and that is baby's breath, then do I really need those two? I may just dump it and put something else in it. And then the tomatoes, 3 days of high winds and rain, and they seem to be okay. Remember, the ones at this end are the indeterminate, the ones that get pretty big. And then the ones on that side are the determinate, which means they only grow to a certain size, produce X amount of fruit, and then they're done. All right, so now we're gonna go, my lilac, look at that. Ho, ho, ho. Love it. Next year we're gonna have lilacs. This I still have to do. And also over there you see those pink concrete stones. They're for a fire pit. Well, my daughter decided to get rid of it because they're getting a nicer one. And so we took it, and I am going to, because the back of this fence, the soil goes in, water drains out, like there's nothing to hold it. So I'm going to use those stones to go like from the lilac around all along here, all along there, and then up in the front as far as I can do, because this I'm going to clean up and it's going to be my perennial bed, right? Well, it's supposed to be. It's just I haven't taken care of the weeds. See how crazy the weeds can get? Oh, and that one, give me your opinion. You think that's a tree or a raspberry? Honestly, I think it's a tree. Ooh, there's that brown bug that I don't know what it is. And those are the prickly ones. You have to wear gloves. And if they're thin, wear 2 pairs of gloves because those are real thorny. Well, there's that little bug again, another one. And then there's all kinds of things growing here. That looks like a strawberry. Maybe. No, doesn't look like a strawberry. Maybe. That's a lily of the valley. This one, I believe, is either a Shasta daisy or one of the other ones I planted last year. And then there's this one too, which looks the same. Wonder if I planted daisies in 2 places. And then over here, you can see that's the hollyhock. So I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to dig up all these weeds with a shovel. So anyways, on with the tour over here. Now in each of these containers, I planted 4 seeds, 1 in each corner. So 3 came up in that one. This one, actually 4 came up, but I moved one of them already. So that one was 4. This one was 3 seeds that sprouted. And then the 4th one in the pink container I planted here because in this one only 2 came up. So now all 4 of the containers have 3 zucchini plants. And even 3 might be too much. And then these are the seeds I started, which go in the perennial bed. This one is Shasta daisy. Oh, that's what the leaves look like, so that's not that. I wonder what that is then. And then this one is Gaillardia. And this one is Echinacea. And then this one's a Delphinium, which it says 4 to 6 feet partial sun. So probably in the back with the hollyhocks. And then here's my peppers, the cayenne, the chili, and the serrano. And then I have bell pepper in that one, and that one, that's a little guy. I don't know if he's going to make it, but I wonder if I find any in the store, I may buy 1 or 2 and add to this. And then this one is an eggplant. This one is an eggplant. And that one's an eggplant. And this one is another bell pepper. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bell peppers, 3 hot peppers, and 3 eggplants. And then this little guy still needs to be planted. Those are the mini bell peppers. And then these herbs are done. So we got lemon balm, oregano, parsley. This is sweet basil, summer savory, and the Genovese basil. They are slightly different. I think the sweet one's more aromatic. And then if we go back to the peppers here on the island, those are carrots. And those are carrots. As you know, carrots, I have to wean them. Not wean them, but thin them out. And then we've got leek. And there's the borage. Look at how big some of the leaves are. But that all came up from the branches from last year. Remember, I had just broken them off and buried them, and I realized a while later that I didn't have any borage seeds. I forgot to order them, but they're coming up from the seeds from last year. And then this one is beets, which, yes, I have to thin them out. And then that one is leek. It's a different variety than the other one. And then here is the celery starting. And then that one is a squash. Where did I put the tag? Oh, it's pumpkin. Small sugar pumpkin. Oh, and I put this trellis because it's limited with its space. And I put the border on the borage, these trellises, because the borage will lean out and take over. So I put that so it won't smother the pumpkin. And for now, I have the pumpkin vine going up there. I have to figure something out. I may do a 2x2 cross here, like a tic-tac-toe kind of grid, and then have them grow on the 2x2, along the 2x2. I'm not sure yet. That's the only thing I could think of so far. Oh, and look at this. On my lawn. Those are violas. I think they're violas. Either violas or Johnny Jump Up. But they're very tiny, so I'm thinking they might be violas. And then over here, I believe, is a zinnia. Why wouldn't I put the side that says the name as opposed to the side that says how tall it grows? There, State Fair and Pumila mix. So these are zinnias. And they both grow really tall. All right. On this side of the tomatoes, I planted the tiny Tims. Soil looks dry, but it's actually pretty moist underneath. And with the rain coming, I didn't want to water anything because it's probably drenched as it is underneath. And then with more rain coming, you don't want to drown them out, right? So those are my tiny Tim. They're little patio cherry tomatoes. They don't grow very big. The height of this one is probably the maximum height it'll grow. They're just little patio tomatoes. All right. And then I think I showed you this. Maybe not. This is broccoli. And that's my onion chives, dianthus, and pak choi. And as you can tell, the broccoli and the pak choi still has a cover on it. The pak choi one I'm going to have to take off though. It's starting to push up against the tool. This one, interesting story. It was originally garlic chives. There's the tag. But it died off. Like I had some sticking out and then it disappeared. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe the birds ate it, right? Well, when I was planting the dianthus, look what I found here. That's a garlic chive. And then there was another one next to it. Somewhere, oh here, this one. This is the peat pellet. And there's a little chive right there. And then over here there was some little chive. So I'm wondering if maybe the birds like the garlic chive and they were eating it. Maybe now with the dianthus being in here, they won't touch it and it'll have a chance. So then I'll have both. I'll have garlic chives in here and I'll have the dianthus. Won't that be cool? Imagine that type of thing in among the dianthus. I think that'll be cool. And here is my sage, my stevia, and rosemary. And then over here, this I'm going to do once the rains are gone. I have the marigold still to plant and a little alyssum. Oh, and look what I found over here, growing out of the ground. That's a Johnny Jump Up, or that's a viola. I don't know. I mixed them up. Now this is probably a viola. It looks like a pansy, but mini. Well, whatever. Maybe they're both the same plant. I don't know. But yeah, I got them growing, coming up out of the ground here. Oh, there's that little bugger again. I got a bunch of them in the garden. Oh well. We'll deal with them after. So what I might do is put, marigold is what, yellow orange, and then if I put that viola, Johnny Jump Up, whatever that is, in the middle, and then have the alyssum, that would be pretty, because then you'd have white color flower here, purple here, and then that orangey golden orange here. I think that would be really pretty. And then here, this has always been my always been. I've only had it for 2 years, but it's been my red, white, and blue, my Canada container. Except in past years, I've had it at the front door, but I always forget to water. I don't water in the front yard. To me, it doesn't exist, the front yard. You come home, you're in the house, you do your house thing, and you sit in the backyard. So to me, the front is just, I don't know. I just don't do it. But anyways, so this is my red, white, and blue. So this is the white geranium. This one right there. And this one's my red geranium. And then this is the blue and purple coneflower. Mostly blue. I bought it. It was a pack of blue. It looks like I'm getting some purple out of it too. So red, white, and blue, and purple. And then this is my cosmos. Yeah. Hopefully it fills in. And then I don't know if I showed you, this one is the forget-me-not. That's the I had 2 of these containers with forget-me-not last year, and it looks like it's coming back. The Chinese forget-me-not. So we're gonna have it over by the bird sanctuary, and we're gonna have it here by the tomatoes. Pretty cool. And then here I've got the butterfly plant. Now, according to the package, when I bought them, it said one was perennial and one was annual. And when I Googled it, it said that the butterfly milkweed, it doesn't matter the variety, they are all perennials. And I'm like, what? Why did it say annual? So unless that was something else, I have to go check and see if I have the package. This one doesn't seem to be, oh, I might have one back there. This is supposed to be nasturtium. I don't know how old this package is. 2022, so last year I bought them. So the seeds should be still viable. But I don't see any. Like, I see that one, that looks like it. And maybe I just need more time. A lot of things this year are taking longer than normal to sprout and grow. Like, look at my peas. Usually by this time, the peas are all the way up the trellis here. Oh yeah, that's where I hang the tulle. All the ones that I've used before, I hang them here. And if I need them, they're here. If I don't need them, then I don't know, maybe in July I'll pack them up and clean them and put them away. And then here is the other piece. And then the beans and cucumber containers, I'm not even going to show you because we haven't even touched it. But I will give you a span actually from up on the deck. So we started there. We went, oh yeah, the strawberries. That tower there with the pot underneath, the grower's pot, the black one. And then on top, that's strawberries. I went right past it. And then there's a chamomile going around. Then I went tomatoes. And then in the back there is the zucchini and the perennial bed. Peppers are in those Rona and Home Depot barrels. 5-gallon tubs, whatever you call them. And then the island. And then the forefront, the light blue is the broccoli, and the dark blue on the other side is the pak choi. And then there are the stairs where the herbs are. And then these are the 3 containers I haven't even touched yet. And then here there's a cutout from the deck, and that's where the peas are. The nasturtium and the milkweed. And then you come up on the deck. Oh yeah, and this is where all the tulle is being hung until it's needed again. Looks like it's also trapping some of those bugs. And then up on the deck, the fuchsia is not doing well. You see how the leaves are burnt? I think I'm gonna have to move them. I think that's too much sun. It can't handle the sun. And then that was, I don't know if the snapdragon comes back, but look what's in it. More baby's breath. Same with that one. That was calendula last year. Baby's breath again. So those 2 I may have to empty and buy some flowers for it. Especially since that's going to have to be moved. I'm going to have an empty spot here on the table. Lavender. And my mini rose. And then that's a geranium. A red one. And then I believe this one's also a red one. So there's the 2 red ones. Mini rose. There you go. So with me having to move the fuchsia, maybe I'll just put the 2 geraniums up there. And then I'll have to get something for the 2 pink pots because I don't want that much baby's breath. They're beautiful, but not that beautiful. Oh, talking about beautiful. You remember I said I hope it was enough cold weather for my azalea? Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that was the one that was indoors. One of my girls bought that for me. Isn't it beautiful? And I guess bringing it out when it was below 10 degrees but above 0. There was one night it went, I think, to like -1, -2. And I brought it in just for that one night. And then I brought it out and left it out again. And yeah, I guess it got enough cold. It's in full bloom. And look at all the buds. There's a whole bunch of buds coming. And then right above it is my pansy. Beautiful pansies. Purple, yellow, and a little bit of white. And then from here, this gate is where the herbs are. Normally I'd have even more than this, but I put 2 of them over there. Where is it? It's hard to, there we go. So 2 of them are there, the rosemary and the sage, because they like the sun. They like their soil pretty dry. So they're not here on the stairs. Plus I noticed I'm missing thyme. Usually I have thyme also. That one there in the blue tote is summer savory. So there's my garden tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember to do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.